All right, let's get to the next group. So we have Packers 11-1, Rams 12-1, Bills 14-1, 49ers 14-1, and Ravens 16-1. What stands out here for you?
So I like a few of the ones here. The one that I like the best is the Rams at 12-1 because they already have an elite defense. I know they've lost some coaching talent and some front office talent this offseason, so there will be some concerns about filling roles in there and just if they'll still have good synergy. But they filled in the departed Brandon Staley with Raheem Morris at defensive coordinator, which was a terrific move that I think is going to pay massive dividends for the team. There shouldn't be any drop off on defense. And they're strong at all levels. The pass rush is great. They have two phenomenal cornerbacks in Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams, who's really come out of nowhere to be fantastic. And then on offense, they had a capable unit. Their blocking may not be the best, but what they were really missing was a great quarterback. And I think Matthew Stafford is going to fit really well in that system. Sean McVay coaching him up is something that really intrigues me. And I'm excited to see how he'll do with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, and Van Jefferson will be in his second season. So he should continue to progress and possibly become a good number 3 receiver there. So I think that the Rams will be my top pick of this bunch at 12-1. I think the odds there are a little longer than I expected them to be. I thought they might be in the 10-1 range. So I like them. I also like the Bills and 49ers a bit. The Bills have some holes they have to fill. They obviously need to find an every down running back. So they can balance the offense. And defensively, they have some free agents they need to re-sign. But I like their potential under Sean McDermott. They got to the AFC Championship game last year, and I feel like every year they've progressed in Josh Allen's career. He should only continue to get better. If they could fill in the holes, really improve their offensive line a little bit too, I think they'll be better. And then I like the 49ers a bit too. They're a decent value here because everyone seems to forget, just a year ago, they were coming off a Super Bowl loss, and they had the Super Bowl hangover last year. And Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. But I still think they have a strong defense. Their offense has a lot of pieces. The only question is Jimmy Garoppolo healthy, or are they going to look to upgrade him? So I don't know if I'd bet them right now, but I'm keeping a close eye on the 49ers. But if you had to have me pick one team from this, I would go with the Rams.
Completely agree with everything you said there. Rams are one of my favorite teams to win the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens during free agency in the draft. So once my season previews come out, the Rams might be the team that gets to the Super Bowl. Everything you says, I think is correct. Great defense. Matthew Stafford is going to be a huge upgrade over Jared Goff. Goff, the only reason Goff looked good is because of Sean McVay, and I can't wait to see what Sean McVay does with Stafford. So, and the offensive line, Andrew Whitworth coming back is enormous. So the blocking should be great. They found Cam Akers late in the year. They started giving him more carries. So they have a strong running game. They had nice weapons. They've Stafford, great defense, great coaching. Rams are definitely one of the best teams in the NFL. So 12-1 seems like a great value. And I like the Bills as well, 14-1. If Mahomes gets hurt, the Bills are the favorite to go to the Super Bowl from the AFC, so I like that. And then the 49ers are 14-1. So right now, I think it's a good value. But can you imagine if they trade for Matt Ryan or something like that? You mentioned Matt Ryan as a good fit for the 49ers because of Kyle Shanahan. So the Falcons they're $33 million over the cap, and it seems like they have to trade Matt Ryan. Even though they said they aren't, I think that's for leverage. If the 49ers get him, they're going to be at least 10-1 or better. And I think 14-1 is a good number right now. Maybe try to get a 16-1 somewhere. But I'm planning on betting them at 14-1, maybe sooner rather than later, just in case they land Matt Ryan. Packers are 11-1 or wait and see for me. Depends what they do. If they find better receiver, if David Bakhtiari is healthy and he's going to be ready for week 1, I would have some interest there. Ravens 16-1 is the only team I wouldn't bet. Without Marshall Yanda, they just weren't the same. I just thought they were kind of a step below where they were. So I just don't have any interest in the Ravens.
Yeah, the other concern with the Ravens is their offensive line, just beyond Yanda. Ronnie Stanley's coming off of an injury, and it sounds like Orlando Brown might want to be traded to a team where he could play left tackle so that he could hypothetically get a larger contract. That's what I would assume why he would want to move, because that might get him a little more money if he can block on the blind side somewhere. So if they lose Brown and have lost Yanda and Stanley's coming off an injury, it's going to be really hard for them to block for Jackson. So I wouldn't like them either. As for the Packers, that's a number that I'm very lukewarm on right now. Like, I think they could get back to the Super Bowl, but I want to see them actually properly upgrade their team this year. They didn't do that last year, and it cost them significantly because Aaron Rodgers had an MVP year. Like, he won the MVP, and he did it despite having pretty much the same group of receivers that he had the previous year. And they really need a strong number 2 across from Devontae Adams, or they're not going to be able to do enough on offense to get to that peak, especially if, David Bakhtiari gets hurt again or is slow coming out of the gate. So I totally agree with you on this tier. So I think I could see myself betting these 3 teams, the Rams, the Bills, and the 49ers, very soon.
Think about where the Packers would be, by the way, if they drafted Chase Claypool or T. Higgins or Brandon Ayuk over Jordan Love, because they almost beat the Buccaneers in the NFC Championship. If they had one of those guys, I think they probably would have won. And then given the way the Chiefs played in the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers would have a second Lombardi right now. It's just a shame that they really screwed up that draft pick.
I mocked them Claypool so many times. It was like, this guy is the perfect fit. Yeah, we were all over the Claypool, or I mocked them Higgins a few times. It's like, they need to get one of these guys. They didn't do it. And even like the AJ Dillon pick, like, Dillon looks like he's going to be a good running back, but he was your 3rd string running back in a year where you could have won a Super Bowl, and it didn't really help you all that much outside of the Titans game. So I think that we're going to look back at that like a few years from now and be like, wow, that offseason really hurt the Packers.
Yeah, Gateway Partners just asked, in a QB-driven league, why Packers not be able to seal a deal with one of the best quarterbacks ever? I mean, just right there, it's mismanagement from the front office, just not giving him the weapons he needs. So it was just a shame. All right.